manage this data better. Right? Does that make sense?
Are they gonna get into recommending firewall type products or antivirus software?
We will not, but
Hardware.
the third parties can, right? So we can employ third parties, but we generally will not. So we'll get into the, you need to fix your firewall, but we don't want to necessarily be responsible for saying, use this product, because I don't want the liability of saying, hey, I use this what you told me, and it still got breached, because the reality is no matter what you're using, you're probably going to get breached.
Exactly.
So,
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
There's nothing safe in cyber world, nothing. I
no,
don't care how many walls you put it behind, how many clouds you hide it in, it's gonna be found.
absolutely. And so this is really all about doing what you can to protect it, and recognizing if you do have a breach so that you can correct it, right?
Because right now, there's no barriers to entry for anybody trying to hack their systems.
Nothing.
Exactly right.
Anything wrong, everywhere.
You'll hear this term, you guys have heard this term Industry 4.0, or the fourth industrial revolution? That's kind of the new buzzword for everybody becomes interconnected and everything's connected to everything else. So at some point, if you got to imagine, you're going to connect the specification to the drawing, to the actual machine that you manufacture. Well, if I can hack into the machine, I now have access to everything
Exactly
else,
right.
right? So that's where they're going, is they're trying to protect for those capabilities so that you end up with a more secure supply chain.
Can also include like smart devices.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I know, like, I forget who put it out, but they're projected to be something like 80.2 or 20.8. I might be dyslexic. I can't count, but I think it's 20.8 billion devices that should be connected by 2020.
Absolutely.
Well, think about everything Amazon, the Amazon Echo is picking up in your house.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah.
That
The
shit's
Internet of
sitting on my
Things.
Ottoman with a dead battery is what it is.
I
Mine's
can't,
just a paper
the
weight.
echo freaks me out, because I just don't want people listening to me.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I don't, guys, just.
I'm not too paranoid.
How much do you trust the mute button on top?
No, I don't.
You know what I'm saying?
How much do you trust Google? Right?
Exactly.
Or Amazon,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Facebook, right? But, so anyway, so.
But to my point, let me just add,
Yeah.
you think about that Huawei company in China, they're actually suing the federal government right now because the federal government said we will not allow any of Huawei's products to be used in U.S. networks because they were convinced that, I don't know how much, I'm sure they've done a lot of testing to figure this out, but how much control does the Chinese government have over Huawei that they can intercept anything that's being done in the United States? And now Huawei's come back and suing the federal government. So. Interesting world we're in.
Yeah, it is kind of the wild, wild west too,
Yeah.
right now. And so you'll see people all over the map with approaches. So we try to take a kind of a straightforward approach where we just basically go through this first phase, and make sure we know what's what, and then we fund whatever the gaps are after that. So kind of help people out. Big keys, CUI, so understanding whether you have information that needs to be protected or not. Understanding that the requirement is there in your contract, so you have to know whether that particular DFAR is called out in your terms and conditions or not, whether it's flowing down from your primes, right? And then if you do, you got to have all of this other assessment done, right? So you really have to understand where your vulnerabilities are, where your risks are, and what have you done to fix it. So that's kind of what that process is for. So, like I said, I've already kind of mentally at least put spots in for next year, my next year's funding for all you guys, because by then you'll be at the point where hopefully you're contracting, and then you're going to need to address it. Right? Does that make sense? So,
are people like you in every state? I mean, your organization?
yes, there is an MEP like us in every state. Some of them more like us, some of them less like us. Manufacturing Extension Partnership. So, under the Department of Commerce, through National